And we're finally live. And yes, as the title suggests, I am reviewing my entire Ghost in the Shell collection. There is still some stuff I do not have, so it'll be mostly done in order. But first, I'm going to start off with the original. What started it all? These and this. So we had to do a little search around, but I've managed to complete the entire Ghost in the Shell trilogy of novels and a fourth book. Now, the original The Ghost in the Shell, this came out in 1980 and was created by Shirow Masamune, and it focuses on Madako Kusanagi, or the Major, as she and her team battle cyber crimes by a nefarious ghost hacker, named the Puppeteer. Now, this will later play into a few of the anime series, but we're not going to talk about that yet. This was followed up by a special volume called The Ghost in the Shell Human Error Processor 1.5. Again, created by Masamune. This one's actually the correct way a Japanese book should be read, where the others are more Western style. But they were brought over here by Dark Horse Comics. And now it's reprinted by Kodansha Comics. It would also be followed. The original Ghost in the Shell will be followed by this one, The Ghost in the Shell Man-Machine Interface. Now, this book takes a drastic turn after the events of the first novel, where the Major basically becomes one giant collective consciousness along with the hacker puppeteer program, and basically spreads out around. This will be followed a few years later by a new Kodansha comic called Ghost in the Shell Global Neural Network. Now, this The Ghost in the Shell covers a whole bunch of stories, including one called Automatic Behavior, Red Bloods, which almost feels like something more of an older story that would have appeared in the original manga, and After the Ball is Over, which focuses on the American Empire, and then Ghost in the Shell's next story, Star Gardens, which is actually based off of the Arise universe, as you can see on top of my hat, which I'm wearing. Yes, I got my Ghost in the Shell hat. Now, let's focus on the anime. And boy, do we have a lot of anime to cover, including, yes, the 2017 movie. First, let's start off with, let me see here, there they are. There's a lot of Ghost in the Shell stuff to cover, and so very little time, so we're going to cover it all in one big go. Starting with the Mamoru Oshii trilogy. Technically it's not an actual trilogy, but I'll explain why in a minute. Here we have Ghost in the Shell. Everyone knows this definitive edition. This was created by Mamoru Oshii and is one of the best animated TV shows to come out, actually animated movie to come out in the 1990s. This movie influenced The Matrix and several other films of that time. Then it was followed up with a sequel in 2004 called Ghost in the Shell Innocence. This is a reproduction of Ghost in the Shell Innocence by Funimation. There's some that were done by DreamWorks, and then there's a lot of issues with the rights and distribution for this movie. But this is a reprint / reproduction of it. This is Oshii combined it with standard animation techniques and CGI. There's a lot of CGI in this movie. This will be followed up. The reason I call it a trilogy is that this is followed up by Ghost in the Shell 2.0. Now, Ghost in the Shell 2.0 is basically just Ghost in the Shell 1, but a reimagining with the CGI from the second movie added to this, and the puppeteer robot who's in this movie also has a female voice. I'll be right back.